A book can take you anywhere. Turn the pages and you'll be there. Come on, join us, you'll see. We're reading with Carrie Lee.
Hi, and welcome to another Read with Carol Lee show at home. And as always, we are so glad to welcome authors from around the United States and around the globe. And today we have Ms. Kay Reshay, and she will be reading for us Dregs and Black Eye the Bully. So before we get into Dregs and Black Eye the Bully, which I am very interested in knowing what happens in the story, what state are you reading from today?
Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me on your show. It is an awesome thing that you're doing, and we really appreciate that as authors and readers. I am meeting you from Alabama today.
Awesome. Well, I have never been to Alabama, sadly, but I have been up and down the East Coast, but I haven't really gotten to the mid states as of yet. But I am so glad that we can connect in such a way and we can read with our audience. So. Yeah. As I said, you have this very interesting book, and we're going to get into the background of the book a little bit later. But if you could get into the story, Ms. Kay Reshay, with Dregs and Black Eye the Bully.
All right, so Dregs and Black Eye the Bully, this book was written by myself, Kay Reshay, and it was also co-written by Derek Williams Jr. and Brandon Williams, my two sons. Dedication. This book is dedicated to any child that has ever dealt with bullying or is dealing with bullying. Bullying is not okay. Every child deserves the right to live and learn in a safe environment. Dregs is a 7-year-old little boy. He likes basketball, video games, and playing outside. He lives with his mommy, daddy, and baby brother. Dregs is starting a new school today because his family just moved from Texas. He is very excited to meet his new classmates. He met his teacher last week, excuse me, and she is really nice. He picked out his favorite shirt and put his lucky basketball card in his pocket. Dregs, what would you like to have for breakfast? Asked his mommy. I would like toast and jam, replied Dregs. His baby brother smiled at him as he made a mess with his oatmeal. After eating his breakfast, Dregs grabbed his backpack and hurried out of the door to school. Dregs saw lots of kids on the playground. He saw a group in a small circle and went over to see what they were doing. He laughed because kids were painting black rings under their eyes. What are you all doing that for? Asked Dregs. Oh, we are trying to treat Black Eye, said a little boy. Who is Black Eye? Asked Dregs. Who is Black Eye? He is the meanest kid in the 2nd grade. He takes your snacks at recess, and if you don't give them to him, he gives you a black eye, said the little boy. Oh no! Here he comes now, yelled the kids, and they all ran inside of the school building. Dregs looked back to see a kid heading their way, squeezing his fist, and ran to his classroom. Why does Black Eye take snacks? Asked Dregs to his new classmate. I don't know, but you better not make him mad. Here is some paint. Put it under your eyes, and he will think he already beat you up, said the kid. So Dregs took the small paintbrush and drew 2 black rings under his eyes. The teacher, Mrs. Sparks, asked the kids why they all had black paint under their eyes, but they all said that they were just playing a game. Dregs was not sure what to do. He knew they were not playing a game, but he didn't want the kids to be mad at him either. He looked back at Black Eye the Bully and was scared. After school, Dregs' mommy and daddy asked him about his day. He told them it was okay, but he had a question. "What's a bully, Mommy?" asked Dregs. "Well, a bully is someone who tries to hurt people by words or actions on purpose," answered his mommy. "I understand," said Dregs. "Why did you ask me that? Is there someone bothering you?" asked his mommy. "No, I just wanted to know," said Dregs. "Okay, go and get ready for dinner," said his daddy. When dinner was over, Dregs played with his little brother and took a bath. When he got in bed, all he could think about was Black Eye. He knew that bullying was wrong and that the other kids were scared, but he didn't know what to do. "I'm going to have to stop him from being a bully," said Dregs. He let out a huge yawn and went to sleep. The next day at school, Dregs saw Black Eye the bully taking a little boy's bag of chips. The little boy ran inside crying. Dregs knew he had to say something. He took a deep breath and marched over to Black Eye. "Black Eye, if you don't stop bullying us, I'm going to tell the teacher," said Dregs. "Oh yeah? If you tell the teacher, I'll give you a black eye," said Black Eye. "We are not afraid of you anymore. You are going to stop bullying us for our snacks," said Dregs. The other kids ran over and told Black Eye they were going to tell too. Black Eye threw down the bag of chips and ran inside of the building. All of the kids hugged Dregs and told him thank you for standing up to the bully. If you or someone you know is being bullied, you can tell people listed below. Don't be afraid to stand up and stop bullying. You can tell your parents, a teacher, a guardian, your principal, counselor, or any adult. The end.
Thank you, Ms. K. Reshay, for reading that to us. And I am very interested to know you actually wrote this book with your sons.
I did. At the time, they were 10 and the other one was 7 at the time still. And so they always were interested in writing a book. They have several books. And it's like, okay, what do you all want to write about? And so we had different ideas, but I definitely wanted them to write about bullying because it's something that has been very prevalent in the schools, especially over the past few years.
Yes.
I wanted them to write about their own experience or, something that other kids their age could relate to. Mm-hmm. And also give kids the opportunity to know the definition of what a bully is and then give them different options as to who they can tell if they need help.
Okay, well, they have a great example. I know that you are an author yourself.
Yes.
So I see that they have that example of wanting to be authors, and even though you don't at the present moment write children's books, they do have that example in you. And one of the things that I would really like to point out that is so important, that you went through the experience of children not wanting to tell and right. giving them the people that they should be able to tell. So, right. What was did your sons have an experience with that, with not wanting to tell you about a bully?
Well, my oldest son actually he experienced bullying at his last school, where on the playground it was this kid that pushed him, and mm-hmm. he ended up scraping his knees. But when the teacher asked him who did it, he didn't want to say because he was afraid of getting him in trouble. And I was livid because he was pushed and his knees are scraped up, and he eventually told, and of course the other kids point, they don't mind pointing out who it was, mm-hmm. but it was just it bothered me that he didn't want to tell who did it, and as a parent, it's also important for us to teach our kids that that's not okay, and they mm-hmm. have to stand up for themselves and not be afraid of, letting someone know it's not okay for you to hurt me in any way.
Well, that is absolutely a great message, and one that all children need to know, whether it's a bully on the playground, whether it's an adult that may be a bully. So,
Right.
having this resource, and I love that you put in the book, the meaning of what a bully is and who you should report someone that is bullying you to. So
Right.
thank you for that. And
Yes.
so, in writing this children's book with your sons now, what is the, are there any books that you that inspired you or that you connected to when you were growing up?
Well, I would have to say that I am a Dr. Seuss kid. My favorite book is, of course, Green Eggs and Ham. Um,
Okay.
I think Dr. Seuss stuck with me so long because, of course, he had the children's movies as well.
Yes.
Um, Also, schools always did a really, really good take on Dr. Seuss. They would have Dr. Seuss week, and we would have the Green Eggs and Ham, and then you would dress up like one of
Mhm.
your favorite characters. And so it was. He turned the books. Well, they turned his books into an experience, and it just stuck with me up until now. And I'm excited when it's Dr. Seuss week now for my kids. So yeah.
That's amazing. Yes, we do love the Dr. Seuss Week and the Read Across America Week that they have turned it into in honor of Dr. Seuss. And, you know, like I said, these books are timeless, but we would also like to acknowledge and promote authors like you and your sons and the other authors that we have on the Read with Carol Lee show, so that one day, we never know who may inspire the next reading week or the next reading movement. So thank you so much for joining us on the Read with Carol Lee show at home. And we thank you for joining us from Alabama. We wish that you will continue to write and really continue to inspire our children that are coming up now. So thank you again to our audience for joining us again today. And you can always find out more about Miss Kay Reshay and Dregs and the Black Guy the Bully on the description below. Thank you again for joining us. And remember, as always, to grab a book and read.
We're reading with Carrie. We're reading with Carrie. Reading with Carrie. Reading with Carrie. Reading with Carrie.
Thanks for watching another amazing episode of the Read with Carol Lee show. We have amazing authors coming by every week. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. You don't want to miss a thing.